Back in medieval Europe, Jews weren't allowed to own land or work most jobs. The only work allowed for Jews was money lending or trade. And from that, people started a misconception that Jews control all the money in the world. Just like that. There is another misconception that Jews are always the victims.
Why is it always the Jewish people? We didn't do anything.
Let's start from the beginning. In 1948, a new country was born, Israel.
Israel had to be saved. Never been a case where our victory was assured.
The British officially left Palestine on May 14, 1948, the same day Israel declared independence. Remember, Palestine was mostly ruled by Muslims before this, so all the Arab country was against Israel, and Arab lost the war. Not because Muslims was weak, but the internal politics among them, and Jews are most known for being degenerate. Even today, that hasn't changed. While the Arab side showed respect for the UN by agreeing to a 4-week ceasefire, those scumbags took that as an opportunity to violate the UN arms embargo and secretly rearm. That lost them the war.
The armies of the Arab League launched an attack, and in just a few weeks, Israeli forces were surrounded, facing a possible defeat. That's when the UN intervened with a 4-week ceasefire, which worked in favor of Israel. Ignoring the UN arms embargo, Israel imported heavy armaments from Czechoslovakia and used the time to reorganize.
From the very start, Israel worked hard to look like America's best friend. Did you know Jews made their own version of the Titanic story? In the movie, A Night to Remember, as the ship was sinking, Jews are shown helping others onto lifeboats, sacrificing their own lives. Things are going pretty good between America and Israel, but then, in the 1960s, the US discovered that Israel was building the Dimona nuclear reactor, which could make weapons-grade plutonium. President John F. Kennedy worried this could start a nuclear arms race in the Middle East. So, Kennedy sent US officials to inspect the program to see if it was really for peaceful energy, but Israel refused. Kennedy even warned that US aid to Israel could be cut if they didn't cooperate. And then...
Tonight with the CBS Evening News. John Fitzgerald Kennedy was assassinated today in the 46th year of his life and is...
Within 3 years, Kennedy was assassinated. No American president has ever demanded to inspect Israel's nuclear weapons again. That might be answer for some people why Donald Trump was so desperate to save Israel. And forget the promise that he made to become the president of USA. From that point, the table was flipped. Israel is no longer the ally of America, but the America became the shield for them. Israel could act freely because no one can stand against America backing them up. From the start, Muslim countries had good relations with most nations because they had oil and resources. Before September 11th, most Muslims in the US and Europe lived peacefully, with little discrimination. But Muslims have long hated Jews, partly because of religion, and because Palestine was Muslim land that Jews took over. Now, I recommend you actually watch the 9/11 footage. It's on Reddit and even on YouTube. The planes used were Boeing 767s, and just one plane was enough to bring down an 82-story building. Watch the footage. You'll see it took about 1 hour and 42 minutes for the towers to fully collapse after being hit. But honestly, many believe there was more than just the planes that caused that destruction, and the purpose was simple: to make the world believe Muslims are the main threat. The easiest way to win someone's loyalty is to give them an enemy. Suddenly, every Middle Eastern military was labeled a terrorist group. Now, Israel can attack any Middle Eastern country, claiming they're just fighting terrorists.
Critics of the Jewish state would say you guys started this war by attacking Iran about 48 hours ago.
No. We did not start. No. The Jewish people, Israel doesn't want to ever do a war. The entire world is really against Iran. I don't think anybody wants them to have nuclear weapons. So Israel's doing the job, and then Israel gets all the damage after it.
Look at Iran today. Israel says Iran is building a nuclear weapon and won't let the IAEA. So Israel steps in, saying they must save the world and fight the terrorists. But here's the irony. Israel also doesn't let the IAEA check their own nuclear weapons.
How many nuclear weapons does Iran have as of today?
Right now, I hope none.
Okay, how many does Israel have?
No idea.
No idea. You were in the government. They don't tell you that stuff.
No idea.
Who do they tell?
No, I'm telling you, I never discussed it. But it's irrelevant.
It's between. You never discussed Israel's nuclear weapons. You can say that hand on heart. You've never discussed Israel's nuclear. You're expecting us to believe that the Deputy Foreign Minister of Israel never discussed Israel's nuclear deterrent. How many nuclear weapons does Israel have? Because experts say it's anywhere between 80 and 400.
So what?
So what?
Yeah, so what? Has Israel ever
Do
threatened?
you recognize the hypocrisy of Israel
No.
having a secret illicit nuclear weapons program that it won't open up its doors to and won't talk about, and then lecturing everyone else in the region about nuclear
Absolutely
weapons?
not. You know why?
People don't understand how dangerous the Israeli actions are. They claim it's all for world peace.
A man and a small child are lying on a street in Gaza City. In his final moments, the man reaches out to touch the child, Mohammed Al-Majdalawi, and his daughter, 2-year-old Leanne.
Mama.
ايش يا عم ايش مالك؟ من ايش تبكي؟
عشان ما أعرف ما ندم كل يوم من الدم.
وين رجلك من الدم؟ فيها دم يعني انت تعبانه من المشي؟
بعرفش وين احنا رايحين.
يلا ربنا المستعان.
Hundreds, if not thousands, of videos of beheaded Palestinian babies and children, Palestinian children with severed limbs, killed by Israel. And not a single corporate media outlet has reported on how Israel has systematically beheaded Palestinian children on a daily basis for the last 15 months.
There's a war. It doesn't matter who your enemy is, you need to destroy their offspring to prevent them from creating more offspring.